What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm Boris, and it's time to draw again. Time to draw some race cars. That's right, it's race weekend at Darlington Raceway. Throwback weekend. We're getting ready to have some fun, start the playoffs, make our run at another championship. 2 in a row, that's what we want. Any of the 3 drivers of Joe Gibbs Racing that are in the playoffs are good with me for winning this championship. I'm excited. Darlington in and of itself is a great track, a great race. We've already seen, what, 2 races there already this year, right? Am I losing? I've lost count already. Anyway, throwbacks. Have you seen them all? I think all of our throwbacks are out there. They're amazing. Awesome throwbacks. All right? Today, we are going to draw Erik Jones' car because he is the defending champion of the Southern 500. That's right, Erik Jones in the number 20 car with sport clips on the hood. Of course, DeWalt and Stanley Black & Decker are the primaries, but sport clips this weekend, special paint scheme, throwing back to Tony Stewart. I'm going to show you how to draw a Darlington Stripe, though. Do you know what that is? Does anybody know what that is? By the way, get your crayons ready. I'm going to use a marker to start. We're going to draw the side of a race car today, and we're going to include the Darlington Stripe. We're going to draw a very pretty race car, and then we're going to mess it up with the Darlington Stripe, because 90% of the cars this weekend will have one. Do you know what it is? Put it in the comments if you know what it is. By the way, I'm here in North Carolina, getting ready to draw. Where are you watching from? Lots of people out there, I imagine, getting ready for the weekend. One more day to go. I hope you and your family are staying safe. We're still working from home these days, some of us at Joe Gibbs Racing, so I figured, why not do a little drawing? Why not learn something new? Hey, there's Daniel out there. He said his home track is coming up. There's Carter. Hello, Carter, in Holly Springs. Good to see you. Let's see, we got Nevin and Kevin. A Nevin and a Kevin. Matthew and an Abby and a Lynn. All right. There's Lynn back. Good to see you, Lynn. Well, let's jump right into it. I'll show you a couple things we drew already this week. Tuesday was throwback to Doc Hudson, the Hudson Hornet, one of the famous NASCAR cars from the beginning. Also famous from the movie. And of course, last week we did some Daytona drawings. And this one was, I've already forgotten what track this was. Was it Michigan? Gosh, I've already forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, let's start today with the side of a race car. What do you say? Are you ready to go? Let me get my paper straightened out here. And we're ready. I'm going to start with black with a marker, and we're going to jump right into it. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for watching and sharing and for commenting and hearting and liking and all those other things. We're going to start with a straight line, as straight as you can get it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to go with a straight line. About as perfect as you can get it. Again, it doesn't really matter if it's exact. But there's my line. Pretty straight, right? Not quite, but it's pretty straight. We're going to do, the front is going to be facing this way. So on the right, facing to the right, because the race cars, the right side is what's going to get your Darlington Stripe. Okay, now Darlington Stripe, a few people got it right, a few people know. A Darlington Stripe is when the driver scrapes the wall at Darlington, because we run so close, almost all of them scrape it at some point during the race. And they leave a stripe of, well, it's metal. All you can see straight down to the metal of the race car because the decals are worn off. And believe it or not, some people say that that makes the car faster. I wouldn't know, but I believe him. If Kyle Busch tells me it makes it faster, I'm going to believe him. So on the right, for the nose, I want you to go up a little bit, okay? Go up a little bit. That's going to be the nose of Erik Jones's number 20 Sport Clips Camry. And then bring it over to the left, just about like that. Make a curved line, really nice. And flatten it out a little bit, okay? Looks pretty good. That's going to be the hood. All right. Now, Darlington Stripe does not mean the car has wrecked or crashed, okay? You have to understand that. A Darlington Stripe is just it's a speed mark. It means that you rubbed the wall fairly lightly. You didn't mess anything up on the car, you just scraped the decal off. And if you have some paint under the decal, maybe a little bit of paint too. There's Paul and Scotty and Tanya and Charles, Lee and Nick and Ray. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Now the windshield. Kick that windshield up at an angle about like that. Okay? Remember, we're doing a side view of the car. Eric Jones's car. Throwback weekend. Please look at our social media channels and see the amazing throwbacks that we've done. I mean, there's an M&M's throwback. There's a Jeff Burton throwback that Harrison's doing. Brandon Jones has an amazing Toyota throwback to their first championship. Denny's is quite incredible, I must say. A FedEx throwback. Did you know FedEx used to be called Federal Express before they shortened it to FedEx? And that's the logos they're running. Those are the logos they're running. Don't forget Martin Truex as well, running a Hank Parker Jr. throwback. Hank Parker Jr. is one of my first favorite drivers. Can you believe that? A lot of people don't remember him, but I do. He was one of the first people I ever cheered for. Now there's the rear windshield, very similar angle to the front. Okay? And if your line you started and your rear of your windshield have lined up, you're doing A-okay. Alright, you're doing very good. Alright, Sean, what's up, Sean? Good to see you. Chelsea, Martin Truex is doing a Bass Pro Shops Hank Parker Jr. throwback. Check it out. Daniel says he's going to put a Darlington Stripe on his diecast. Alright, don't tear it up too much there. Alright, Joanna, having fun. Alright, now for the deck lid, also known as the trunk lid. Just do a little straight line like that, and then bring it down like that. Can you see that, or is it behind me? No, we still got some room. Okay. Next, on the bumper, just kick it out a little bit. Just a little bit of a kick out. And then cut it back this way. Alright. And there is the outline for our race car. I like it. Looking pretty good if you ask me. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. We're going to draw this pretty race car, and then we're going to mess it up with the Darlington Stripe. But I'm telling you, I want you to count this weekend when you watch the race. Count how many Darlington Stripes there are on all the different cars. So that's the bottom of the window. And this is the bottom of the side window. See how they kind of follow the same line as the hood and meeting the trunk, but I did some dashes in between. Well, in between those windows, do number 11 to make the B post. Remember, A post up front, B post in the middle, C post in the back on the outside of the windows. Okay. Finally, connect your lines and finish off those windows about like that. All right. That's looking pretty good if you ask me. I'll let you catch up. Good to see all the people watching. Having fun today. Hope your Thursday is going well and going swell. I like having Martin Truex's car up there to look at while I'm drawing, even though I'm going to face it this way so that I can look at these shapes. Alright, draw a spoiler. Just a simple line going up like that. Thick line. Nothing too complicated there. Now we have a spoiler to stick that car to the track. Next we need some wheel wells. The wheel wells is where the wheel lives. If it's not living there, it's either in the garage or it's had some major problems on the track. The wheel well, anybody can draw a wheel well. It's the letter U turned upside down, okay? And it starts back here, and it goes upside down like this. It is the letter U upside down. It's like the letter U went racing at Talladega, got out of shape, flipped, and now it's upside down. Do one at the back, and do an equal one at the front. The letter U upside down. Don't worry about this line here. We're going to fill that in with black, and you won't even know that it is there. In fact, there are frame rails that run under the car, so there are actually straight lines there back inside the car. Frame rails are just the skeleton of the car. There's Joe and Doc and Jimmy and Jeff and Pradeep, Justin and Sheila, Larry. There's Chelsea. Thank you all for watching. Emily, how are you doing? Good to see you. Alrighty. What's next? How about some wheels? Now, if you know me, if you've watched any of these episodes, you know you can either draw perfection with your wheel, or you can draw kind of a swirly wheel. I'm going to go with the swirly wheel on the back, and that just means I'm going to draw a lot of circles. They don't have to be perfect. One of them's going to bound to be perfect if you draw a bunch of them. So just keep drawing like this. It's really going to make it look like that wheel and tire are spinning. So, see that? It's kind of scribbly. I think it makes it look faster. And it helps people draw a circle when they can't draw a perfect circle. I can't even draw a perfect circle, so I know some people can. The other method is to draw 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's northwest, northeast, south, and west. Northwest, south, northeast, south, and west. I had to make sure I got that right. And then connect them with curves, kind of like a banana shape. And that'll help you draw a circle if you want a more clean circle. Like that. Okay, see that? But I'm going to even go over that with some swirly circles, because I want this car looking like it is going so fast down the track that you can't even see it. Who thinks Erik Jones might repeat as Darlington Southern 500 winner? Who thinks that? I think it's a great possibility. I'm going to add another line at the bottom. That's going to be our racetrack. Our first line is actually the bottom of the car, so we need our racetrack in there. Cool, cool, cool. All right, this is coming together pretty nicely. Now, like I said, we're going to draw such a pretty car, and then we're going to draw a Darlington stripe through it. So don't get too attached to this car, okay? Just telling you that's what's going to happen. Next, let's add the number in there. So if you know how to do that, you just draw a square, kind of like this, with the sides and the top and the bottom, straight as you can get it, and then divide it in half. Okay? I'll stop there and let you catch up. A lot of people watching, a lot of people excited for the race this weekend. There's Brian and Chris out there. Thank you for watching. Joe's in Mississippi watching. There's Jackie and Daniel and Ole and Roberto and Kenny and Andy. Whew, a lot of people watching. We're drawing a Darlington race car, a throwback car, Erik Jones's car, and then we're going to put a Darlington stripe on it. So, just telling you, that's coming. All right, next, to draw your 2, just draw 2 lines like that. I know, it looks like an 8. Trust me, this is going to work. It's going to come together. It's going to work just fine. Then from that top dot, go left, and from the bottom dot, go right. And all of a sudden, look at that. You have a 2. Can you believe that? I'm just going to round off some of the edges a little bit so it doesn't look too blocky. Erik Jones's 2s look curved, so do that. And then on the 0, I'm going to put a line up the middle, and I'm going to curve the edges of that as well, just to really give it a nice curved look. There's Zachary out there. Hello, Zachary. Emily says, go Erik Jones. Another Erik Jones fan out there, just like me. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good race. Hope you're going to watch. One of my favorite races of the year. Of course, Xfinity as well. All right, let's put sport clips on there. We need to draw. Who knows how to spell sport clips? We're going to go S, P, O, R, T. No other S, only one S. Then the capital C, L, I, P, S. Now that is not my best handwriting, but Martha and Galen and everybody at Sport Clips, that's the best I could do with my marker here. All right, now I need to look up this car. If you haven't seen it, I think you should look it up. I want to get the stripes right on this car. While you're catching up, I'm going to look at Erik Jones's race car. And I just want to make sure that I get it perfect. Make sure I get it looking good. So I'm going to the JGR Facebook page here, and I am going to find a couple pictures of it to show you. Hopefully I can do that pretty quickly. I wasn't very prepared here, was I? Oh, there's Denny Hamlin's throwback getting wrapped. You got to watch that wrap video that our social media team put up there. Oh, Denny Hamlin's running in the Xfinity Series. Did you know that? Make sure you watch that Xfinity Series race too. He's also running a Sport Clips car. Oh yeah, a lot of cool stuff here. All right. Got a pretty good look at this here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line across the top of the hood. Like this. Let me show you. It's going to go up like this, and it's going to be spiky. Spiky at the top. Are y'all caught up? Look at these spikes, like shark fins. It's going to go right over the number. Alright, and it's going to go over the logo. There's a straight line. And then under the logo, another straight line. All right. And then down here, some more spiky shark fin looking things down there. Okay? So that's basically Eric Jones's car. Now, some of you aren't going to like this, I'm telling you, but it's time to put a Darlington Stripe on this pretty car. All right? And what we're going to do, while you're getting your marker and your crayons out, we're just going to draw some lines at the top of it. I know it's going to mess it up a little bit, but trust me, it's going to look good for this one time for Darlington. All right. I'm grabbing my marker. I'm getting the flat end of it. This is going to be painful. It's going to be painful. But you start at the front and you just draw a stripe. Oh my gosh. I know it looks like we're crossing out sport clips, but our friends at Sport Clips know that that's just our Darlington Stripe. That's just what's going to happen on the right side of this car. The sport clips on the hood and the left side, it's going to look just fine. Right up at the top like that. Maybe even a little bit here on the side. Just scrape it up a little bit. Oh dear. Don't hit it too hard, Eric. Go through the number a little bit. And there you go. I know, I told you we were drawing this pretty car and then messing it up. I don't know what to tell you. That's just the way it went. So next I'm going to get my red crayon and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make all my lines going left to right because that matches the stripe. And I really think that's going to make this drawing look extra powerful. Okay, so go up over that stripe. Scraped all that red ink off, but golly, that's just what happens at Darlington, you know? Keep that number white and go up here and get those shark fins. Thankfully, he didn't hit it with the nose of the car. Again, I'm going to make all the lines going left to right like this. I just think that helps bring the whole drawing together because it really brings attention to everything moving that way, right? All right. Next I'm going to add my gray because the rest of this is kind of a silver color, so I'm going to make those shark fins kind of a silvery color. Oh yeah, look at that. Just add some glimmer and glisten in there. And the roof will have a silvery color to it. I know you can't see sport clips anymore. You can barely see the number, but I'm telling you what, that's just Darlington. Now I say that, but Eric Jones kept his car almost perfectly clean last year, which is one of the reasons he won the race. He did a fantastic job. Denny's good at that too. Martin too. Kyle? You know, most of the time. Most of the time we'll keep the right side clean. Most of the time. Alright, then I'm going to get black and I'm going to fill in this window a little bit. Again, I'm going to keep going left to right. I'm going to be a little messy. That's alright. Darlington's kind of a messy race. I'm going to fill in the wheel. Now I'm going to go circular on the wheel because that's the way the wheel's going. Get some black crayon in there. It kind of looks gray now. But just like that, Eric Jones's car has come together. Even with that Darlington stripe, it is still super fast. Now I know that is a messy drawing. But like I said, Darlington is kind of a messy race. So you have to forgive me for the messy car I just did. But like I said, that doesn't mean that it can't go win the race. Now here's something I'm doing. I'm adding white crayon over my black Darlington stripe to make it look a little more silver. Isn't that cool how that worked out? I like that a lot. That really improved it, I think. Yeah, I really like that. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of blue. Now, we're racing at night, but there's too much gray and black and white in this image. I feel like it needs just a little more color. So I'm going to add just a little bit of blue on here just to kind of make things look like they're zooming by. And just like that, our Darlington drawing pretty much done. I'm going to sign it at the bottom here really small, Boris, and call it a day. Well, that's it. I hope yours turned out well. Please send me a picture of it wherever you're watching from. post it in the comments, and I will try to show some of those drawings here pretty soon. We've gotten a lot of them, so keep sending them in. I'm piling them up. We'll have a whole show where we show them off. All right? Well, thank you for watching. Again, have a safe and pleasant weekend, and watch us race at Darlington. Bye-bye.